record, 6-4. They've got a lot of games to make up.
There we are. All right, from Greater Lowell Tech in Tingsboro, Mass. This is MIAA softball on LSP. Today it's the Wilmington Wildcats with a record of 9-5, visiting the Greater Lowell Gryphons with a record of 6-4 in non-league action. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Sam Feely, ready to bring you the play-by-play story alongside Joe Foley on camera. Wilmington just one win away from clinching a berth in the MIAA Division III softball tournament. Greater Lowell have played substantially fewer games than Wilmington. They have to make up 7 games in the next 11 days. They only have to win 3 of them to qualify for the tournament. But again, 7 games in 11 days, that's going to take a toll on these girls as they try to build up the stamina to try and power through that stretch and return to the MIAA tournament. Here are the starting lineups. First, for the visiting Wilmington Wildcats in the navy blue jerseys with white letters and numbers and Carolina blue trim. It'll be Jenna Sweeney leading it off at second, followed by Ashley Crawford behind the plate. Allie Moran, the senior captain of Framingham State commit, is in the circle. Ryan Bailey is in center. Kayla Burrell is in short. Bella Kieran is at first. Gianna Bernetto is in right. Chase Anderson is at third. And Casey Burrell, Kayla's twin sister, is in left, the Burrell sisters' senior twins. For Greater Lowell, their lineup looks like this in the white jerseys with navy blue pants, blue and gold sleeves, and blue and navy blue letters. Kaylee Worrell is going to lead it off in center field, followed by Adria Stice at short. Jessica Lawler is at first. Adriana De Jesus is in the circle. Jessica McFadgen is at third. Brianna Figueroa is in left. Haley Cruz is in right. Hecky Rivera is at second. And Madison Cormier is behind the plate. Well, we had as much as an 80% chance of thunderstorms around this time in the forecast leading up to today, but thankfully it's held off. It got a little bit of a scare when it spat rain ever so briefly just as I got here around 3 o'clock, but it is held off for now, although some schools aren't as lucky today. Medway has postponed both their baseball and softball games today. So hopefully we can get a full 7 innings in and stay dry in the process. Realize I left my my canopy at the at my apartment, but at the same time that wouldn't really protect Joe because he's up in the bleachers and I'm down here. Sorry, Joe. Of course, he gets to flex on me because he got his check today. Strike one to open the ball game. To Jenna Sweeney, we're underway at 4:02. Strike two is in there, and it is 0-2 to the Wilmington leadoff hitter. 82 degrees and cloudy here in Tingsboro to begin the ball game. And hopefully it will stay that way, at least stay not rainy. 1-2 the count. This is fouled off, and it'll remain 1-2 to Sweeney. Wilmington joined the Middlesex League about almost a decade ago, moving over from the Cape Ann League along with Arlington. This is grounded to short. Stice has it, fires on to first in time, and that is the first out of the ball game. So that'll bring up the catcher, Ashley Crawford, as Sweeney's retired on the G6. Crawford, the catcher, standing in from the right side. And she takes up and away, ball one. I actually misspoke. It's 6 games in 11 days for Greater Lowell. They have a game against Northeast listed twice on the schedule. Is it 7? Fly ball to right and making the snow cone catch coming over to the right field foul line is the right fielder Cruz, and there are 2 down. Now Wilmington today, Essex Tech tomorrow, Greater Lawrence Thursday, Northeast Friday, and then 3 games next week. That's in there for strike one to the number 3 hitter, the pitcher, Allie Moran. Only college commit on this Wilmington roster for softball. As I mentioned, she's going to Framingham State. And she chops this one right back to the pitcher, DeJesus, on to first for the out that retires the side. A quick 1-2-3 inning for Adriana DeJesus and Greater Lowell. After half an inning, Wilmington nothing, Greater Lowell coming up. This is MIAA softball on LSP. Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Get your company's message on air or on localsportsproductions.com for as little as $25 per ad. Visit localsportsproductions.com/advertising or email sam@localsportsproductions.com for more information. Still warming up. You don't have to worry about it, Joe. Water. There's nothing more refreshing than a crisp, clean glass of water on a warm summer's day. That cool, refreshing drink. Try it with your friends. Any Most Def fans out there? Or Yasin Bey, as he's called now. 0-1 the count to Kaylee Whirl, the center fielder. Kaylee swings at a high one and fouls it off. Nearly hits a SUV passing by behind the backstop, and it is 0-2. 1-2-3 went the Wildcats in the top of the first, and that is fouled off. Whirl stays alive. Whirl grounds this one to the right side, picked up by the second baseman onto first for the out. Nearly squirted through, but good job moving to her left by Sweeney for the first out of the bottom of the first. So that'll bring up Adria Stice, the shortstop. And Stice takes strike one. At the knees, strike two. Stice and then Jessica Lawler due up here in the bottom of the first for Greater Lowell. Stice thought about it but holds up. One and two the count. Fouls this one off, and it will drop before the first baseman, Kieran, can get to it. Moran ahead 1-2, and she was way out in front of that one. She just barely fouled it off. It's a beautiful changeup. That would have landed in front of the plate if Stice hadn't just barely fouled it off. And she takes a fastball for strike three called. 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom of the first. That'll bring up Jessica Lawler, the first baseman. Greater Lowell have won 5 of their last 6 after starting the season 1-3. But again, with all these rainouts, they've got 7 games in the next 11 days to make up, as that swung on miss, off-speed pitch upstairs, and Lawler is a little flat-footed there. And it is 0-1. Takes that one that just missed, 1-1. She just barely chops this one foul at the dish. 1-2. So early on, the changeup seems to be working for Moran. Fouls that one off. And again out in front of the off-speed pitch, but she just nicks it foul. And she is behind that one for strike three, and the side is retired. So 1-2-3 go both teams in the first inning. After one complete no score, this is MIAA softball on LSP. Want LSP to tape or broadcast your team's games? Rates start just $100 per game. Also ask LSP about streaming your next gaming tournament, wedding, concert, recital, school play, meeting, or other event. Visit localsportsproductions.com/services or email sam@localsportsproductions.com for more information. Well, Belmont Hill and Milton Academy are in a rain delay in baseball. So, again, the rain seems to be all south of us. Boys lacrosse halftime, Neshoba 7, St. Bernard 6. That's a good game. As that is in there for strike one of the Wilmington cleanup hitter, Ryan Bailey. This is interesting. Lowell's baseball game, Lowell High's baseball game, which is at LeLasher, which is not far from here at all, here in Tingsboro, has been postponed to tomorrow. So is it raining over there? Off-speed pitch swung on and missed, 1-2. We're just in a little bit of bubble of safety right now. Seems like. Nipmuc and Doherty baseball postponed. 2-2 the count now to Bailey. I don't know if this bodes well for us or bodes poorly for us. That's up and away, and now a full count to Bailey. To be followed by Kayla Burrell and Bella Kieran. DeJesus with the payoff pitch, it's just barely fouled off. Dexter up 1-0 in boys lacrosse in the first. Dexter up 1-0 over Hyde in the first quarter in boys lacrosse. And Bailey still putting together a good at-bat here. We'll go to an 8th pitch. DeJesus taking her time getting back on the rubber. And she misses high, ball 4. Great battle put up by Bailey to net a leadoff walk. So runner on first, nobody out for the shortstop, Kayla Burrell. Gets a bunt down. It'll be fielded by the third baseman, McFadgen, on to first. The sacrifice is successful. 5-4, as it was the second baseman, Rivera, coming over to play it. Into scoring position goes Bailey. Runner in scoring position, 1 down. That'll bring up Bella Kieran, the first baseman, as that gets in there for strike 1. The wind starting to whip around, blowing across the field from right field to left field, as you can hear in my microphone, even with the wind screen, as that is swung on and missed, 0-2. So the crosswind. The outfielders will have to play a little bit to their right. Swing towards the left field line as that's fouled off. Still 0-2 to Kieran with Bailey on first. Get him on, get him over, get him in. That's the plan here. They got him on, they got her over. And now can they get her in with a base hit here by Kieran if she can put one in the outfield. But she will not. She swings and misses for strike 3. Applying the tag is the catcher Cormier, and there are 2 down. First strikeout of the ball game for DeJesus. And that'll bring up Gianna Burnetto, the right fielder. And Burnetto taking a swinging bunt at that one and comes up empty for strike 1. Takes another chop at this one and fouls it off. So the bunt will be off here with 2 strikes. And she gets it down in front of the pitcher. DeJesus on to first. Low throw, it gets into right field. Here comes the runner for the plate. She scores. So an error brings home Bailey, and it is 1-0. A swing and a miss by Chase Anderson, and it is 0-1 as Burnetto stands at second. No RBI on the play. It's an E1. Fouled off, 0-2. Kind of a gutsy move there for Burnetto to still bunt with 2 strikes, but she got down the perfect spot, and the play could not be made. And Wilmington out to a 1-0 lead here in the second. That's low, gets away from the catcher Cormier. Up to third goes Burnetto on the pass ball. The 1-2, high for ball 2. So we haven't had a hit this inning. The run is unearned. 2-2 the count, 2 out. And this is chopped back to the pitcher, DeJesus. And her throw is offline, but they do get the tag. Did they? No, they didn't. They didn't get the tag on Anderson, and in to score is Burnetto. So it is 2-0. On another error. Burrell behind 0-1. We've had a walk, a sac bunt, and 2 errors this inning, leading to 2 Wilmington runs. And this is the 3rd straight batter that DeJesus has gotten ahead of with 2 strikes. She hasn't been able to put them away. Runner goes from first. The pitch is grounded to second, fielded there, on to first, and the inning is over. So 2 runs, no hits, 2 errors, and 1 left. And after 1.5, Wilmington 2, Greater Lowell nothing. This is MIAA softball on LSP. You can follow LSP on the web at localsportsproductions.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Patreon, and Teespring. LSP37, Snapchat, LSP Media, and subscribe to the LSP YouTube channel. Two nothing. Wilmington after 1.5. No hits in that top of the second. Here is Adriana DeJesus looking for a little redemption, leading off the bottom of the second, and she takes strike 1. 2 errors, both committed by DeJesus. And she grounds this one to the left side. Shortstop Burrell has it on to first, and there is 1 down. I honestly thought that They would have escaped if that play was online, the play where Anderson reached on the error. I thought they had the tag on her, but umpire ruled she didn't. So quickly one down, and that brings up Jessica McFadden, the third baseman. She's behind 0-1. That's low for ball one to even the count. Been a little bit of a shuffling of the lineup since the last time we saw Greater Lowell. Got McFadden and DeJesus bumped up to the 4 and 5 spots. As this is blooped into center field, this is going to get down. It's going to roll all the way to the fence. On her way to second is McFadden. She will get there with a stand-up double. So the first hit of the ball game belongs to the team that's trailing 2-0. Brings the tying run to the plate in the person of Brianna Figueroa, the left fielder. And Figueroa takes a tomahawk chop at a pitch upstairs and fouls it off for strike one. Down and in evens the count at 1. Figueroa grounds this one to the left side. It'll be fielded by Burrell. Freezes the runner at second temporarily. She moves on to third. She gets there safely. It's a good heads-up base running by McFadden. Getting to third on the G6. Runner third now 2 down. And that'll bring up the right fielder, Haley Cruz. And Cruz takes high for ball one. Runner at third, 2 down here in the bottom of the second. Greater Lowell with the first hit of the ball game despite trailing 2-0. Two and 0. Cruz with a good eye to lay off that one just off the edge of the plate. She comes up empty at that one, though, and it is 2-1. The changeup was the out pitch for Moran in the bottom of the first. Goes with a fastball there, up and away, and hits the outside corner. 2-2. Let's see if she drops the changeup in here. Try and get Cruz out in front. No, sails the fastball high. So a full count with the number 8 hitter, Hecky Rivera, on deck. Payoff pitch. Ball 4. So a 2-out walk has runners at the corners. And the inning continues for Hecky Rivera. Rivera, the second baseman for the Gryphons, standing in from the right side, and she takes a mighty cut at this one and fouls it over the backstop for strike one. A double and a walk in this inning, with a ground out to short, advancing the runner to third. The 0-1, runs inside, runner takes off for second, and they won't throw to second to make sure McFadden doesn't try to take home on a potential double steal. So it's a stolen base for Cruz. 1-1 is the count, and now the tying run scoring position, and that one is high for ball 2. So McFadden at third, Cruz at second. Runs inside, 3-1, and now Moran who was one pitch away from getting out of this inning, is now one pitch away from loading the bases. No! Oh, wait. Oh, I thought I saw the home plate umpire signal for a strike, but no, he was pointing to first base, so the bases are in fact loaded on back-to-back two-out walks. So that'll bring up Madison Cormier with a chance to do damage. And Cormier takes down and in, ball one. Ball squirts away from Crawford, but she corrals it in time. 1-0 the count. McFadgen at third, Cruz at second, Rivera at first. That's in there for strike one to even the count. Cormier just needs a gapper to potentially give Greater Lowell the lead. She'll take down and in, nearly gets away from Crawford again, 2-1. Of course, with that short backstop, not much opportunity for the runners to advance, especially with just the bases loaded. As that is cut on and missed, blew the fastball by her, 2-2. So again, here is Moran, one strike away from getting out of this. And what a momentum shift it would be, as that is just barely fouled off. One out double by McFadgen. Back-to-back walks with 2 outs. Bases loaded, 2-2 the count. And a swing and a miss, strike 3. And a tightrope job by Moran. Gets out of it with her 3rd strikeout in the first 2 innings. The Gryphons leave the bases loaded. And after 2 complete, it is still Wilmington 2, Greater Lowell nothing. This is MIAA softball on LSP. The LSP store is now open. Get yourself a DVD copy of most past LSP video broadcasts, or one of several different designs of stickers or shirts, including the LSP hoodie and the Never Concede Collection. Visit localsportsproductions.com/store after the game to place your order. Let's see what other MIAA and NEPSAC action we've got going on right now. North Andover at Andover, tied at 0 in softball after 1. What else? McDuffie leading St. Luke's 3-0 in baseball in the bottom of the 3rd. How's this for a line score? 2 runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left for Wilmington. No runs, 1 hit, 2 errors, 3 left for Greater Lowell through the first 2. Top 3rd of the order due up here for Wilmington in the top of the 3rd. Sweeney, Crawford, and Moran. Sweeney settles into the batter's box. DeJesus' pace has slowed down a little bit since the 2-0 lead. He's working it quickly in that 1-2-3 top of the first, but slowed down since she's had to deal with traffic on the bases. 1-1 the count to Sweeney, who grounded out to short to begin the ball game. 2-1 as that misses down and in. Swing and a miss. Got her way out in front of an off-speed pitch inside, and it is 2-2. Looked like Sweeney was really trying to crush that one. And she lines this one right to the shortstop, Stice, for out number 1. So she grounds out to short to begin the ball game and lines out to short her second time up. And that'll bring up the catcher, Ashley Crawford, who flew out to right her first time. And she lines this one into center field. That'll get down for a base hit. Fielded out there by Wirral and rifled back in. There is the first hit of the ball game for Wilmington. And that'll bring up the pitcher, Allie Moran. Takes on the inside corner, strike 1. Moran grounded out on a comebacker to DeJesus to end the first. She chops this one to the left side, fielded by the third baseman, McFadgen, on to second for the force. That's all they'll get. 2 down, as Crawford is retired 5-4. And that'll bring up Ryan Bailey, who started. And it looks like we're going to have a pinch runner, special pinch runner for Moran, as it looks like Tori Gemilaro will pinch run it first. Swing and a miss and a pitch down and away for strike 1 to Ryan Bailey. Walked and scored her first time up in the second. She fouls that one off, and it is 0-2. This is grounded up the middle, fielded by the shortstop Stice, and she'll step on second for the force. That retires the side. Stice has been busy in the field today. So after 2.5, it is still Wilmington 2, Greater Lowell nothing. This is MIAA softball on LSP. LSP's next broadcast is tomorrow afternoon at 3:55 p.m. when the Greater Lowell Gryphons host the Monty Tech Bulldogs in MIAA girls lacrosse action. Watch the game live at localsportsproductions.com/live, then stream the game the next day at localsportsproductions.com/on-demand or on the LSP YouTube channel, or buy a DVD of the game at the LSP store. Nauset leading St. John Paul II 7-3 with 2 minutes left in the first half in boys lacrosse. Dexter leading Hyde 6-2 in the first half with 2:32 to go in boys lacrosse. We go to the bottom of the third. It'll be the top third of the order due up for Greater Lowell, and Kaylee Weirall takes strike one. Weirall grounded out to second her first time up in the first. Both teams with exactly one hit through the first 2.5, as that's cut on and missed 0-2. The 2 runs for Wilmington coming in the top of the second with the aid of no hits, 2 Greater Lowell errors. That is fouled off. It remains 0-2. Greater Lowell loaded the bases with 2 outs in the bottom of the second, but were unable to get a run across. That is down and in, 1-2. 3 strikeouts for Allie Moran, the Wilmington pitcher. As down on strikes goes Kaylee Weirall for out number 1. I think that 4 Ks for Weirall. 1 strikeout for Greater Lowell pitcher Adriana DeJesus. Here is Adria Stice, the shortstop, playing some good defense thus far in this one. As she takes upstairs ball 1. Stice struck out looking her first time up in the first. She was Moran's first strikeout victim. And she bloops this one, a basket. No, it's bobbled by the second baseman, Sweeney, and reaching safely at first is Stice. And that'll bring up Jessica Lawler. Upstairs for ball 1, bluffing off of first is Stice. Lawler struck out swinging to end the first, and she fouls this one off to even the count at 1. 2 runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 left for Wilmington. No runs, 2 hits, 2 errors, 3 left for Greater Lowell as we play the bottom of the third with 1 out. That is low for ball 2, and Stice creeps back to first rather. Three and 1. Swing and a miss at a high one, and it is a full count. It's a little bit of a comforting fact to know for both teams that you don't have to go on necessarily on a hot streak, because it's grounded to second. They get the force at second, 6-4, as Stice is retired. Lawler reaches on the fielder's choice, 2 down. As I was saying, neither of these teams have to play out of their minds to qualify for the tournament down the stretch. Wilmington just needs 1 win to get in. Greater Lowell has 7 games left in 11 days. But they're 6-4, so they just need to go 3-4 in those last 7 games in order to qualify for the tournament. Of course, you'd like to perform a little better than that and up your odds of getting a home game. Here is Adriana DeJesus representing the tying run as the wind starts to pick up a little bit more, as that's in there for strike 1, 0-1. Blowing up some dirt in the infield just now. Now blowing across the field. 1-1. Swing and a miss. There's that changeup again by Moran, and it's 1-2. High for ball 2 to even the count. Wow. Mansfield versus Taunton suspended after 2 innings, and they're going to restart the whole game. This is into left field for a base hit. Up to second goes to Jesus, and Mansfield Baseball Twitter just posted a photo of how drenched their field is, how quickly it got so drenched in the second inning. They're going to restart the whole game tomorrow. And we'll have a special pinch runner for the pitcher, DeJesus. DePedra's going to pinch run at first. First and second, 2 out. And that's in there for strike 1 to Jessica McFadgen. McFadgen doubled her first time up, was stranded at third in that bases loaded opportunity for the Gryphons last inning. That's low for ball 1 to even the count. Lawler at second, DePedra at first. 2 down here in the bottom of the third. Tying run at first, go ahead run at the plate. McFadgen takes outside, 2-1. Outside, 3-1. And Moran in danger of loading the bases with 2 out for the second straight inning. That is ball 4. So that is the third walk issued by Moran. And now the bases are loaded for Brianna Figueroa, who grounded out to short her first time up, and she swings and misses for strike 1. Smash up the middle, should score 2. That runs inside, ball 1. And she lines this one into left center field. That'll get down for a base hit. 1 run scores. Here comes another. Just as I predicted, smash into left center field. 2-2. Holding at second is McFadgen, and here is Haley Cruz. And Cruz gets a hard bunt down. It's bobbled by the third baseman, Anderson, but she recovers in time to step on third for the force out. That retires the side. The inning is over, but Greater Lowell strikes for 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 2 left. And after 3 complete, we're tied at 2. This is MIAA softball on LSP. Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Get your company's message on air or on localsportsproductions.com for as little as $25 per ad. Visit localsportsproductions.com/advertising or email sam@localsportsproductions.com for more information. See what other games got canceled today down south. Well, Monomoy boys lacrosse didn't get rained out. CM baseball didn't get rained out. They're leading 3-1. Well, Medway baseball got and softball got postponed, but Medway lacrosse didn't, and Natick boys lacrosse leading Medway 5 to 4th half. Of course, that game is at Natick, not in Medway. Ashland leading Holliston 5-0 in softball right now. Here we go to the top of the 4th. 5, 6, and 7 due up for Wilmington, and that is fouled off for strike one to Kayla Burrell, who laid down a sack bunt her first time up. Two runs, one hit, no errors, two left for Wilmington. 2 runs, 4 hits, 2 errors, 5 left for Greater Lowell, as that is up and in for ball one. Some weird looking stat lines for these two teams through the first 3 innings. 1-1 the count to Kayla Burrell, to be followed by Bella Kieran and Gianna Burnetto. Burrell fouls that one off, and it's 1-2. And she grounds this one down the left field line, but it is foul. Remains 1-2. Approaching the hour mark in this one. 2-2 our score. And this is popped up into shallow left, and it will drop foul. So Burrell hanging in there at 1-2. That skips to the plate, and it is 2-2. This is grounded to the left side, fielded by the shortstop Stice, on to first in time, and Burrell kind of launched herself in the air to try and get to the first base bag if she'd stayed closer to the ground. I think she might have beaten it out, but regardless, one down. Stice with another strong play, defensive play at short. And that is low for ball one to Bella Kieran, the first baseman, who struck out swinging her first time up. Low for ball two, 2-0. One walk issued thus far by DeJesus. That was to Bailey leading off the second. 3-0 the count. Showing bunt was Kieran, and she pulls back for strike one. Catches the inside corner, full count, so from 3-0 to 3-2. With Gianna Burnetto on deck. And that is just barely fouled off by Kieran. DeJesus had her out in front. Into left field, and this will be down for a fair ball, rolling all the way to the fence. On her way to second is Kieran with a double. So a one-out double, second hit of the ball game for Wilmington, puts the go-ahead run in scoring position for Gianna Burnetto. Burnetto reached on an error and scored on an error as she tries to bunt that one, and she comes up empty for strike one. Offers at it again, and it is 0-2. Well, the bunt with 2 strikes worked out the last time for Wilmington, as that misses for ball 1. One and 2 the count to Burnetto. Chase Anderson on deck. And she offers it that one and comes up empty for strike 3. Second strikeout for DeJesus, 2 down. And that'll bring up Chase Anderson, the third baseman. Anderson reached on an error her first time up in the second. As she chops this one right back to the pitcher, DeJesus. Soft toss to first, nearly sailed over the head of the first baseman Lawler, but she hauled it in, and the side is retired. Nothing comes of the one-out double, and after 3.5, we're halfway home, tied at 2. This is MIAA softball on LSP. Want LSP to tape or broadcast your team's games? Rates start just $100 per game. Also ask LSP about streaming your next gaming tournament, wedding, concert, recital, school play, meeting, or other event. Visit localsportsproductions.com/services or email Sam at localsportsproductions.com for more information. Some updates from MIAA and NEPSAC. Dexter leading Hyde 9-2 in boys lacrosse in the third. Natick leading Medway 7-4 with 10 minutes to go in the third in boys lacrosse. Stefan Johnson of Northampton wins the Western Mass Individual Tennis Tournament Singles Championship. Lennox leading their baseball game 2-0 in this after 2. As the first pitch is fouled off by Hecky Rivera for strike 1. Rivera walked her first time up in the second. Rivera turns away from that one, and it's ball 1. At the top of the zone for strike 2 to Rivera, to be followed by Madison Cormier and Kaylee Wirral. And she pops this one up, and that'll go over the Wilmington dugout. That is popped up, and it lands foul. It was touched in foul territory by the catcher Crawford. Remains 1-2. Rivera comes up empty at that one for strike 3. Strikeout number 5 for Moran. One down, that brings up Cormier, who struck out swinging with the bases loaded to end the second. Tries to bunt her way on and fouls it off. Oh, she seems to be hurt. They throw on to first, and is she out? Joanne Martin's looking for an explanation. The umpires are going to have a conversation. That should be a foul ball, right? To add insult to injury, quite literally, if this call stands. All you want to do is get it right. This, in my estimation, this should be a foul ball. Because it hit her in the box, didn't it? Cormier standing on first. She's got the best. She's in earshot of the umpire. She can hear what's going on. And now they're going to go over to Audrey Cabal-Perry to explain the call to her. But we haven't gotten an actual signal from the umpire, either foul ball or out. Or is that Joanne Martin? Oh, that's Joanne Martin, my mistake. So now the infield umpire's coming over to Joanne Martin. Now Audrey Cabal-Perry's coming out. I mean, it's pretty simple. It's either foul ball, strike 1, or out at first. And the way I saw the play, it should be foul ball, strike 1. I mean, you guys watching, you saw the same thing I did. Hit her in the box, didn't it? When she bunted? Right? I mean, there's no instant replay rule in MIAA softball, and you know, maybe this wasn't the best look. We don't have a multi-camera setup here, obviously, but what do? Now they're recreating the whole play. So what's the call? Is she out or is it strike 1? They're letting everybody know except Cormier. Cormier's just standing on first. I mean, I don't know why Cormier would be standing on first. Regardless of the outcome of this play, that's not where she's going to be. So, what's the call? Wait, she's safe? What? What am I missing? What am I missing? Was she hit by the pitch? I thought she fouled it off. So I was wrong about everything. Jesus. I'm not being hired by ESPN anytime soon, I know. Of course, the umpires don't relay any information to me, and now this is going to be hit into left field, and it will be a basket catch by the left fielder, Burrell, back over to first, back safely is the pinch runner, Sarnianka, 2 down after all that. I could get an explanation from the umpire between innings, but here is strike 1 to Wirral, who is 0 for 2 with a ground out to second and a strikeout. That's low for ball 1 to even the count. And this is grounded to third, but it's foul for strike 2. We'll get an explanation of the call between innings, hopefully. Adria Stice at first, and now a throw to second, and in safely is Sarnianka with a stolen base. Ball 4. Stice works a 2-out walk. Tying run in scoring position for Jessica Lawler, who reached out a fielder's choice and scored last inning. And she takes ball 1. So Cormier reached first, pinch ran 4, stolen base, walk. Inside 2-0, runners bluff off the bags, and then they retreat. In there for strike 1, 2-1. The runners threatening a double steal here. Swing and a miss. Runners again take secondary or tertiary leads off of first and second. 2-2 the count to Lawler. Gryphons do not want to let this opportunity go by the wayside, as this is popped up and it will be caught in foul territory by the first baseman, Kieran, and that ends the inning. So after all that, after 4 complete, still 2-2 between Wilmington and Greater Lowell. This is MIAA softball on LSP. You can follow LSP on the web at localsportsproductions.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Patreon, and Teespring, LSP37, Snapchat, LSP Media, and subscribe to the LSP YouTube channel. 9-1 and 2 due up for Wilmington here in the top of the 5th. Burrell, Sweeney, and Crawford. As that is upstairs for ball 1. Burrell grounded out to second her first time up. Two 2-0 the count. Czarnianka takes over behind the plate after pinch running, as this is looped on the infield and a basket catch by the second baseman, Rivera, for out number 1. First pitch to Jenna Sweeney. Not in time as she gets the bunt single down. Sweeney aboard for the first time. Go ahead run now at first. So it was a hit by pitch is how Cormier reached. The sound that we heard that sounded like the bat fouling it off was actually the ball hitting her knee. And Joe was telling me she saw a big purple softball-sized bruise on her knee as she was lifting up her pant leg to show her teammates the bruise. I didn't see it from here, but that's definitely sounds painful. She obviously wasn't impacted by it too much, but they got to take her out of the game because when you're the catcher, you rely on your knees more than anyone else on the field. Crawford pops this one up, but it goes backwards away from Czarnianka for strike 1. She had gotten the right break on the pop-up. She would have had a chance to get the out. Instead, it's 0-1. Crawford is 1 for 2 with a single. As this is grounded to the right side, fielded at second, on to first for the out. Advancing to second on the play is Sweeney. Now the go-ahead run in scoring position for Allie Moran. Oh and 1 the count to Moran, who's 0 for 2, reached on fielder's choice her last time up. One the count to Moran. This is laced into center field, and this will get down for a base hit. Rolls all the way to the wall. Scoring easily is Sweeney. On her way to second is Moran, and Wilmington reclaims the lead at 3-2 as Sweeney and Moran trade places. And get this, all the RBIs in this game have been by the pitchers. And we'll have a pinch runner for the pitcher Moran at second, as Tori Gentilaro will do the honors. As that is high for ball 1 to Ryan Bailey. 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored. Gentilaro at second. Pinch running for Moran, who just gave Wilmington the lead back with a 2-out RBI double. Wilmington only just now ahead in hits as that bounces in front of the right fielder, Cruz, for a base hit, and coming home to score, standing up, is Gemma Lauro, and on her way to second on the throw is Bailey. And it is 4-2. So Bailey not wasting much time there, as that's in there for strike one to Kayla Burrell. Burrell 0 for 1 with a sac bunt and a ground out to short. Takes a big swing and comes up empty for strike two, 0-2. Back-to-back 2-out hits have brought in 2 runs for Wilmington to pad their lead to 4-2. Led 2-0 after 1.5. As this is popped up into shallow right, and it'll drop between the second baseman Rivera and the right fielder Cruz, and in to score is Bailey, and it is 5-2 Wilmington. And again advancing to second on the throw is Burrell. As this is popped up over here, and that'll land foul. Oh, 2 to Kieran, and she chops this one to the left side. It's through for a base hit into left field. Around third and coming in to score is Burrell. And Wilmington extends its lead to 6-2 as it's another single in advance on throw. Kieran up to second, and that brings up Gianna Bernetto, the 8th batter of the inning. Strike one. Offers at it with a running bunt, and it is 0-2. One and two. This is in a perfect spot and safe at first with a bunt single. With 2 strikes and 2 outs is Gianna Bernetto. Up to third goes Kieran. Runners at the corners, 2 outs, and it looks like Wilmington can smell blood. In there for strike one, taking off for second, and stealing second base is Bernetto. 0-2 the count to Chase Anderson, the ninth batter of the inning. She's 0 for 2. Reached on an error in the third. Grounded out to the pitcher to end the fourth. Misses inside, 1-2. 5 straight 2-out hits for Wilmington. As that is fouled off, unable to hang on to it, is the catcher, Sarnianka. Remains 1-2. 4 runs coming home with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. And a swing and a miss, and the inning finally comes to an end. But Wilmington sends 9 batters to the plate. 4 of them score after 4.5. Wilmington 6, Greater Lowell 2. This is MIAA softball on LSP. The LSP store is now open. Get yourself a DVD copy of most past LSP video broadcasts, or one of several different designs of stickers or shirts, including the LSP hoodie and the Never Concede Collection. Visit localsportsproductions.com/store after the game to place your order. Plymouth North defeats Marshfield in baseball 3-0. Wellesley Mercy's Brookline 12-0 in softball. North Reading leading Newburyport after 5 in softball 8-1. North Andover and Andover baseball tied at 1 entering the 6th. So the latest updates we've got here in the MIAA and NEPSAC feed. Now let's see what Greater Lowell can do to claw back into this game. Fell behind 2-0 after 1.5 in an inning in which Wilmington didn't even get a hit. They were helped by 2 errors, as that is fouled off by Adriana De Jesus for strike 1. Takes inside 1-1. It was 2-0 after, again, 1.5, and Wellington hadn't even gotten their first hit yet. Greater Lowell came back with 2 runs in the bottom of the 3rd. But they've had plenty of chances for more. They've left 7 through the first 4 innings, including the bases loaded. In the 3rd, and then leaving 2 runners on in both the 3rd and 4th. Full count. De Jesus to be followed by McFadgen and Figueroa, and that is fouled off by De Jesus, taking a big chop at that one. Wilmington, if this score holds, will qualify for the MIAA Division III North Tournament. Greater Lowell, if this score holds, will have to win 3 of their final 6 in order to qualify. High for ball 4, and De Jesus is aboard for the 2nd time. looks like we'll have a pinch runner for DeJesus, as Racino will pinch run for her. McFadden pulls back on the bunt attempt, and it is 1-0. Gets the bunt down, and it's foul over towards the Wilmington dugout to even the count at 1. 6 runs, 8 hits, no errors, 4 left for Wilmington. As this is grounded down the third base line, that is a foul ball, 1-2. For Greater Lowell, it's 2 runs, 4 hits, 2 errors, and 7 left. High for ball 2 to even the count at 2. Three and 2. Walks have been kind of a bugaboo for Moran today, as she gets McFadden to swing and miss for out number 1. Strikeout number 6 for Moran. That brings up Brianna Figueroa, who has been the offense today for Greater Lowell. Drove in both Greater Lowell runs in the third with a single, as she gets this one to center field for a base hit, her second base hit of the ball game. Up to second goes Racino. Goes DePedra. Haley Cruz tries to get a bunt down, fouls it off for strike 1. Cruz is 0 for 1 with a walk at a stolen base. Tying run now in the on-deck circle for Greater Lowell. So Haley Cruz needs to get on base. Don't know if second and third is 2 down is really where you want to be at this juncture. And now she's definitely going to have to swing, as she's behind 0-2 after fouling that bunt off. Just missed for ball 1. Hecky Rivera on deck, fouled off. Still 1-2 to Cruz. And strike 3 called. Second strikeout of the inning and 7th of the game for Moran. Runners stay where they are with 2 down for Hecky Rivera. Rivera 0 for 1 with a walk. Behind 0-1 after a feeble swing and a miss. Down and in. Misses inside, 2-1. In the top of the 6th, it'll be the 9-1-2 hitters due up. As that misses inside, 3-1. 9-1-2 due up for Wilmington in the top of the 6th. Burrell, Sweeney, and Crawford. Rivera had 3 and 1. With Zarnianka on deck. A swing and a miss at a high one. Full count. And the side is retired. After 5 complete, Wilmington 6, Greater Lowell 2. This is MIAA softball on LSP. LSP's next broadcast is tomorrow afternoon at 3:55 p.m. when the Greater Lowell Gryphons host the Monty Tech Bulldogs in MIAA girls lacrosse action. Watch the game live at localsportsproductions.com/live, then stream the game the next day at localsportsproductions.com/on-demand or on the LSP YouTube channel, or buy DVD of the game at the LSP store. Top of the 6th, Burrell to lead things off. She's 0 for 2 with a ground out to second and a pop out to second. She looks to bunt her way on and fouls it off for strike 1. Nine runners left on base for Greater Lowell through the first 5 innings. One and one the count. Gets the bunt down. It's a good one. But they get the play at first as Rivera covers the first base bag for out number 1. Lineup turns over for Jenna Sweeney. Sweeney singled and scored last inning. Was also grounded out to short and lined out to short. And she fouls this one off over towards Joanne Martin in the Greater Lowell dugout for strike 1. Just joining us late, Madison Cormier left the game after being hit by a pitch, as that is fouled off for strike 2, and a play that I thought she had fouled it off, but the loud sound of the ball hitting something hard was actually the ball hitting her knee. The lone runs for Greater Lowell coming in the third on a 2-run single by Brianna Figueroa. The Gryphons have left 9. Wilmington breaking it open last inning in the top of the 5th with 4 runs coming with 2 outs. 4 runs on 5 hits with 2 outs at that. Remains 0-2 to Sweeney. Eight strikeouts through 5 innings for Allie Martin, as this is into center field for a base hit. And Sweeney is now 2 for 4. And that'll bring up Ashley Crawford. Pitches a strike throw down to second, and she is safe with a stolen base. So runner in scoring position for Wilmington. 0-1 count to Crawford, who's 1 for 3. As she fouls this one off, 0-2. Four runs on 6 hits in that top of the 5th for Wilmington, with all 4 runs and 5 of the 6 hits coming with 2 outs. 1-2. Allie Moran, the pitcher, is on deck. She's the one who drove in the go-ahead run in the 5th. This is grounded to the left side. Throw on to first, off target, but no, they call her safe. They say that the first baseman, Lawler, didn't have her foot on the bag. So it'll be first and third. 1 out for Moran. 1 for 3 with that double. And she drives this one into right center field, and this will be caught with a basket catch by the center fielder Wirral. In to score on the sac fly is Sweeney, but a great catch with the ball dying away from her to her left. Two down, runner at first for Ryan Bailey, and she skies this one into center field, and that is a much more routine catch for Wirral for the out that retires the side. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error, 1 left for Wilmington. And after 5.5, it is Wilmington 7, Greater Lowell 2. This is MIAA softball on LSP. Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Get your company's message on air or on localsportsproductions.com for as little as $25 per ad. Visit localsportsproductions.com/advertising or email sam@localsportsproductions.com for more information. Newton North beats Ursuline in girls lacrosse 14-10. Doherty boys tennis beats Grafton 3-2. Bay Path beats Worcester Tech in softball 14-0. And they need one more win, Bay Path does, to clinch a spot in the Division III tournament. Greater Lowell boys volleyball just defeated Assabet Valley 15-12 in the 5th set to take that match 3-2, handing Assabet Valley its first loss since April 3rd. The Greater Lowell boys volleyball team on a roll, defeating a couple of the top teams, Lexington and now Assabet Valley. Swampscott leading their baseball game 14-3. Assabet Valley defeats Worcester Tech 9-5 in baseball. As that is high for ball 1. As this is grounded to second, fielded there by Sweeney onto first. And Hecky Rivera is retired. One down. Czarnianka pops this one up, and it will drop for strike 1. Zarnianka getting her first at-bat of the game as she laces this one into right center field. That gets down for a base hit. She will hold at first. And that brings Kaylee Weirall to the plate. Weirall 0 for 3 at the top of the lineup. Looking to redeem herself here. Takes a big cut and fouls it off for strike one. The Gryphons have left 2 runners on base in each of the last 3 innings. Left the bases loaded in the second as this is grounded to the third baseman, Anderson. She gets the out at first. Up to second goes Zarnianka. Two down, runner at second. And Stice up to the plate. That's in there for strike one to Stice, who is 1 for 2 with a single and a walk. The top of the 7th, Wilmington will have the 5, 6, and 7 hitters due up. Burrell, Kiernan, and Burnetto. 1-1. Seven runs, 9 hits, no errors. As that's fouled off 1 and 2. 7 runs, 9 hits, no errors, and 5 left for Wilmington. That misses 2 and 2. 2 runs, 6 hits, 3 errors, and 9 left for Greater Lowell. That runs inside, full count to Stice with Lawler on deck. Stice trying to get on board for the 3rd time, and she lifts this one into center field, and this will be caught by the center fielder Bailey for the out that retires the side. After 6 complete, still Wilmington 7, Greater Lowell 2. This is MIAA softball on LSP. Want LSP to tape or broadcast your team's games? Rates start just $100 per game. Also ask LSP about streaming your next gaming tournament, wedding, concert, recital, school play, meeting, or other event. Visit localsportsproductions.com/services or email sam@localsportsproductions.com for more information. Wachusett beats Leominster in softball 12-0. Methuen leading their boys volleyball match 1-0. Marblehead beats Revere in girls lacrosse 20-6. Worcester leads Marlborough 2-1 at the half in boys lacrosse. Andover leading North Andover 5-1 in baseball in the 4th. Swing and a miss by Caleb Burrell to begin the top of the 7th, with Wilmington leading 7-2. This is grounded to the left side, fielded by the shortstop, Stice on to first. Stice has been having a good game defensively, certainly. Also 1 for 3 at the plate. One down, that brings up Bella Kieran, the first baseman. Kieran 2 for 3 with an RBI. Chopped down the third baseline, foul to even the count at 1. This is line to the left side and through for a base hit. Taking a wide turn at first is Kieran, but she gets back. And Cassidy Ross is going to pinch run at first base for Kieran. And a swinging bunt fielded by the pitcher DeJesus. On to first, the throw is not in time. So Ross moves up to second. Burnetto at first. And I believe I heard we have a pinch hitter. I'm just waiting for the home plate umpire to write it down. And Tori Genilaro, who pinch ran earlier in the game, will get an at-bat. And she grounds this one to the left side, fired on to first by the third baseman, McFadgen. It's in time. Genilaro at least moves the runners up to second and third. 2 down. And that'll bring up Casey Burrell. Number 9 hitter comes up empty for strike 1. Burrell's 0 for 2. And her nemesis has been Rivera at second base. She's grounded out to second, popped up to second, and grounded out 2 to 4. Technically, that was a play at first, but Rivera was the one covering first on a bunt. This is into center field, out of the reach of the shortstop, Stice. 1 run scores, here comes another. Great way to erase an 0 for 3. A 2-run single with 2 outs from the number 9 hitter, Burrell, and it is 9 to 2. Lineup turns over for Jenna Sweeney, who is 2 for 4. And she chops this one to the left side, and it'll be a foul ball. past the 1 hour 45 minute mark of this ball game. Started at 4:02. It's now 5:49. 1-1 the count to Sweeney. And she lines this one into left field, and that will get down but foul. 1-2 the count to Sweeney. So every batter in the Wilmington lineup has reached base. Only Anderson doesn't have a hit, as this has popped up, and this will be caught by the third baseman, McFadgen, for the out that retires the side. But 2 more runs come in to score on 3 hits with 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 7th. It is closing time for Wilmington. Wilmington 9, Greater Lowell 2. This is MIAA softball on LSP. You can follow LSP on the web at localsportsproductions.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Patreon, and Teespring, LSP37, Snapchat, LSP Media, and subscribe to the LSP YouTube channel. Andover softball beats North Andover 5-1. Shrewsbury beats Algonquin in softball 12-1. St. Sebastian's leading their boys lacrosse game 9-1 in the second. And here we go to the bottom of the 7th. Greater Lowell needs 7 to tie, 8 to win. They will start with the 3, 4, and 5 hitters, Lawler, DeJesus, and McFadgen. Lawler takes down the pipe for strike 1. Lawler 0 for 3, reached on a fielder's choice and scored, tries to bunt her way on and fouls it off, 0-2. So, as I was saying, she reached on fielder's choice and scored in the third, sandwiched between a strikeout and a pop-up to first. And a swing and a miss. And good morning, good afternoon, and good night, Jessica Lawler. 1 down here in the bottom of the 7th. Seven strikeouts. Eight strikeouts, rather, for Allie Moran. And it looks like we have a pinch hitter for DeJesus Silva. And Silva comes up empty for strike 1. Silva takes low, ball 1. 1-1, 1 out, 9-2 our score. It's 7 unanswered runs in the last 3 innings for Wilmington. Led the game 2-0 after 1.5 without the aid of a hit. And Silva tries to butt her way on, it's foul. 1-2. Greater Lowell tied the game with a 2-run single by Brianna Figueroa in the third. And then the game was put to rest with 4 runs with 2 outs in the top of the 5th by Wilmington. And Allie Moran, her double with 2 outs, scoring Jenna Sweeney, stands to be the winning run, unless Greater Lowell can put together a rally here and get a couple of runs. We'll need more than a couple to keep this game alive. We have another pinch hitter. It's DePedra. 0-2 the count. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night, DePedra. And it is a 3 strikeout, striking out the side in the bottom of the 7th, Allie Moran. She finishes the game 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 Ks. And allowed just 2 hits in the final 4 innings. And let's see, she's going to be our co-player of the game with the complete game effort. Who else is going to join her? I think we'll also give a shout out to Bella Kieran, who went 3 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored and a double. And yeah, Bella Kieran and Allie Moran, the Framingham State commit, are co-players of the game. So with the win, Wilmington clinches a berth in the MIAA Division III North Softball Tournament. They go to 10-4. Greater Lowell still alive in their postseason quest at 6-5, but they need to win 3 of their last 6 in order to qualify. The final totals were for the Wilmington Wildcats. Again, the winning pitcher, Allie Moran, the losing pitcher, Adriana De Jesus. The final totals for Wilmington, 9 runs, 1, 2, 8, 9, 12 hits. 9 runs, 12 hits, no errors, and 7 left. And for Greater Lowell, 2 runs, 6 hits, 3 errors, and 10 left. So with that said, this has been a presentation of Local Sports Production, serving Greater Boston student-athletes since 2011. Copyright 2019, unauthorized redistribution of any portion of this broadcast without the express written permission of Local Sports Productions is strictly prohibited. LSP's next broadcast is tomorrow afternoon at 3:55 p.m. when the Greater Lowell Gryphons host the Mighty Tech Bulldogs. Again, LSP's next broadcast tomorrow afternoon at 3:55 p.m. when the Mighty Tech Bulldogs visit the Greater Lowell Gryphons in MIAA girls lacrosse action. Watch the game live at localsportsproductions.com/live, then stream the game the next day at localsportsproductions.com/on-demand or on the LSP YouTube channel, or buy a DVD of the game at the LSP store. And be sure to follow LSP on the web, localsportsproductions.com, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Patreon, and Teespring, LSP37, Snapchat, LSP Media, and subscribe to the LSP YouTube channel. Once again, the final score from Greater Lowell Tech and Tingsboro, Mass. It is the Wilmington Wildcats 9 and the Greater Lowell Gryphons 2. For Joe Foley on camera, my name is Sam Feely, reminding you freelance isn't free. Thanks for tuning in.